Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying the videos that I've been putting out there. I hope that you guys are learning from them, growing from them. That's the main reason I'm doing all these videos. That's the main reason I get up every morning to do these videos for you guys. In this one, I want to speak to you guys about the rabbit hole and how, it goes very deep and we kind of slide down it and we learn from it. Recently, I had this dream that it was such an interesting dream, and I really wanted to share it with you guys and then talk a little bit more about this rabbit hole that I went down. In the dream, there was this curtain, and I always say that, becoming a little bit more awakened and realizing the true value or the true essence of this universe is about peeking behind the curtain. You see there is a curtain there. Everyone knows that there's a curtain there, or at least in their spiritual essence, they know that there's a curtain there. This illusion that we're living in, this world, it's the curtain, right? And behind the curtain is where the real world, the real stuff exists, and what our role as a human being, I think, and this is all my presumptions and assumptions, the reason why we're here as human beings, or as beings in general, sentient beings, is to realize, first of all, that there is a curtain, because you could be living all your life thinking that this is it, this is the real thing, and might be, right? This is, of course, again, just assumptions and presumptions. And so for my part, I think of this as the curtain, this world, this illusionary world that we live in, this holographic universe, or whatever you want to call it. This is in front of the curtain. This is all what's going on in front of the curtain. This is the world that we imagine is the true world, but it's not really the true essence of the world that we live in. And so there is a curtain, right? And in my dream, there was a curtain. It was ethereal, it was wispy, it was white, and it was made of clouds, it was beautiful, it was just gorgeous, and I just wanted to peek behind the curtain. But I was afraid. In the dream, I was standing back, and this is how I am in real life as well, which is really great. It's a really good way of looking at life, because I wait for other people to step beyond the curtain, to pull the curtain apart and step into it before I am ready and before I am courageous enough to step behind them. In the dream, that's how it happens, and that's exactly how it happens in real life as well. A lot of times, as the person I am, whatever it might be, I'm always looking to make sure that I can trust whatever's going on around me before I take any steps. And the main way I trust something is if someone else I trusts it, then I will go ahead with it, right? And so if I'm looking to do a class and I think to myself, I don't know if this class is good or not, I'll message the person, I'll ask them a few questions, and if I trust them, then I'll do the class. But mostly, if a friend of mine says, oh my God, that class is amazing, then I'm like, all right, cool. And obviously this is social confirmation, and a lot of us, most human beings, that's how we live our life. That's the reason why businesses get reviews. That's the reason why businesses get testimonials, is because we trust businesses, we trust things that are trusted by our friends. But in essence, in my spiritual journey, that's exactly a lot of times how I do things, or I used to do things, at least, right? And this dream really pointed out the difference between me right now versus me in the past. And so these people went through the curtain in my dream, and I was like, all right, cool. I was thinking about going through there anyways, so let me go through there as well. That curtain of clouds and beauty really enticed me. I really wanted to see what was behind it, right? And so I open the curtain and I step in, and instantaneously it is a slipslide. So basically it's a slide that goes all the way down in circles and turns and whipping around and all that stuff, right? And so for a second I hesitate. I think to myself, oh shit, this is going to be scary. I'm not really good with rides. I'm not good with this kind of stuff. It's going to be dark. I have no idea what it's all about. It's scary. There's fear involved, a lot of fear. And the fear is the fear of the unknown. I have no idea what's down there. I can't ask anyone about it because that's not the kind of journey this is. You can't learn from asking someone else about it. You have to actually go onto the journey yourself, right? Yes, you can read about it. Yes, you can talk to people about it, obviously, and you can actually watch people go on the journey. But the reality of this journey is that you have to do the journey yourself. You have to take it up on yourself. You can't just pretend, you can't go on the journey just by reading about it. The same thing with meditation. You can't just be like, all right, I'm just going to read a bunch of books about it and then that's my meditation. You actually have to sit down every single morning or every single day and actually meditate in order to learn what meditation is all about. I think spiritual awakening is exactly the same thing. Yes, you can read 1,000 books by spiritually awakened people, or you can talk to them, or you can be around them, or you can soak it all in. But eventually you have to go step on that path yourself. You have to go on the journey yourself, right? And so obviously I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this, but I knew that I had to go on this journey. There was no stepping back behind the curtain again. Once you are in the curtain, once you peek behind the curtain, there's no going back, guys. There's no going back. Unfortunately, once you know, you cannot unknow. You cannot unknow. And that's one of the hardest things in the world, because once you see behind the illusion and you know that this is an illusion, it's really hard because you think to yourself, I wish I could unknow, because it'd be so much easier to live in this world if I didn't know, right? It's the same thing from the Matrix, I think. That guy who goes in and who betrays the rest of the group, he's eating that piece of steak and he's like, I really just want to go back to not taking that freaking red pill. I want to go back to not knowing that this is an illusion because the steak is so good and I want to live in this illusionary world, right? He could go back, perhaps, he could go back into the illusionary world and forget. But for us living here, once we peek behind the curtain, you can't step back behind the curtain and think, all right, cool, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that. I'm just going to pretend like I don't know the truth, right? It's very hard. Actually, it's impossible to do that. So I was there behind the curtain and, I couldn't go back again. I had to step forward, which is go down the slipslide, right? And so I take a step forward and I slip down into that show or into that ride, whatever you want to call it. And it's really interesting because as soon as I start going down that slipslide, it's very fast. Once you start with the process of learning and awakening, the process itself is actually really fast. And sometimes it's so fast that you are afraid. It's very scary at times because you're moving so fast, and sometimes you feel like you don't have enough time to integrate all this knowledge within yourself. But it's all right, because if it's going that fast, it means that you're ready for it, right? And so I just wanted to relax myself. In the dream, I was like, just relax, it's fine. If it's going this fast, it's meant to go this fast, right? You are fine, you can learn it. You'll have time to integrate all of it. Don't worry about it so much, right? Around me, it was in darkness. I thought it would be darkness, but it wasn't. It was all a rainbow of colors. It was like I was on psychedelics. It was crazy, colorful, bright. It was as if, all of the colors in the universe had just come together and were bright and shining around me. So it was not a dark slipslide. There were lights around me, lots and lots and lots of lights. And that was really beautiful. For a few seconds, I would just be mesmerized by those lights. I don't exactly know what that means. I just think that in my dream, in my thing, I think that we're going to be in the darkness. But in fact, as soon as we go onto that journey, we realize that it is a cacophony or a beautiful symphony of colors and joy and beauty, and we're just so lucky to go on this journey. And so we don't realize until we actually go on it, obviously. So I was on it and I'm slipping down, and my instinct is to close my eyes. I want to close my eyes again. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to feel it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of all of what I'm seeing, all of the illusions that are being broken down. I'm afraid. I want to go back to not knowing. I want to close my eyes to all of it. I don't want to see. And so in the dream, obviously, I'm like, just close your eyes, just close your eyes. But there's, again, another part of me that was like, no, you're stronger than this. You are strong enough to deal with this journey. If you're here, it means you're strong enough to actually be able to go on this journey. Don't close your eyes. If you close your eyes, you're going to miss out. So don't close your eyes. And that was my main refrain a lot of times when I would be like, all right, I'm just so scared, I'm going to close my eyes. Don't close your eyes, right? And so that was one of the main things that I was obviously learning from the dream as well, is to not be afraid and don't close your eyes. Yes, you're going to see a lot of stuff that you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm a little bit overwhelmed at this moment in time. I feel a little bit scared. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Am I on the right path? Am I not on the right path? Should I be stepping back? Should I be closing my eyes? But if you're on the journey, it means you're supposed to be on this journey, right? You're on the journey already. And there are all these things that are being shown to you. And if you close your eyes, you're going to miss out. And you don't want to miss out, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. And so keep yourself open and do not let fear take over your mind. Do not let the delusions and illusions take over your mind. Do not be afraid of the journey that you're on. Keep on going further and further ahead. You're stronger than you actually realize, and this journey is going to overtake you eventually, where you're not going to feel any fear anymore, which is exactly what happened in my dream as well. Eventually, and I don't know how long it went on for, because it's a dream world, I have no idea, but I knew in my mind that I went down this slipslide for a long time, and it was really deep, guys. It went down a lot, which means that there was a lot of learning that happened, like a lot of subconscious learning, right? Subconscious, unconscious. And eventually, I wasn't scared anymore. There was no more fear in me of going down this journey, going down this slipslide. I was totally fine. I realized that there's nothing to worry about. Actually, everything is all right, and I'm on exactly the same journey, exactly the journey that I'm supposed to be on. And so eventually the fear that I was feeling in the beginning of the journey disappeared, and I was able to go down the slipslide without any fear. And the interesting thing is, as soon as the fear disappeared, the slipslide disappeared, and I was just there, and it was the end of the journey. So that was the dream, and that's, I really wanted to share it with you guys because there were so many interesting lessons in it for myself and for how this journey goes, or that's how I think the journey goes as well, right? Now, I'm sure this is just a dream, so there are parts of it that are not real, parts of it that are real. I have no idea. But I thought it was such a poignant view of what I think our journey is all about. We're filled with fear, We want to go on this journey. We eventually go on the journey. We're still filled with fear. And eventually, we realize we have nothing to be afraid of. And that's when the journey ends. And that's when, I guess, death comes, or, we end this journey, this illusionary journey, and we realize our true essence, right? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I wanted to take you on this journey with me, on this dream journey, because I thought maybe it would be a good way of using imagery in order to explain to you guys what I think this journey is all about. Now, it might be a little too mystical, a little too ethereal for you guys. If it doesn't make any sense, just ignore it. If it does, then comment below. I want to hear from you guys what you guys think about this journey, this illusionary, delusionary journey that I took you on. If you guys have any questions at all about this video or about any other videos, please message me anytime. Only video related questions, please, guys. I'm not an agony aunt. I'm not here to solve all of your problems. I can't, obviously. I'm not that smart. And again, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.